Hey guys, welcome to Watch a Guy Fish. We are at the Big Spring Creek today, which is right up the road from my house. It's about the first or second weekend of trout. For those of you who are familiar with this area, who've been on my page before, this is basically a catch and release area, so it's protected basically. You can't keep it. I think most of these are native species. So basically there's a hatch every year here, which brings that story that I probably brought up to you before about them closing the hatchery. But yeah, today we're using a size 16 scud that I've tied myself. It's like a hot pink. Just a fun pattern I did, nothing natural color, but I do normally use natural colored scuds. But yeah, it's a great day for fishing, let me tell you. I've been here probably around 10-15 minutes setting up, but can't beat the weather. It's like 72 degrees out, which you just can't beat that. Oh, there's actually one right here. Yeah, there's one right there. So, but yeah, this year we got a better camera, not using the phone anymore. But yeah, so that's what we got going so far. There's plenty of fish to be had, I'll tell you that right now. But man, you just can't beat this weather, man. It's gorgeous. Sorry, I had to flip my reel, I had it upside down. Only thing I hate about this area is all the traffic that does go by. Kind of ruins the peacefulness, but it's not heavy traffic. Doing well. Usually I've had my, line in the tree 2 or 3 or 4 times by now, so better knock on wood before I jinx myself. Tell people are walking downstream because I'm starting to see a bunch of seaweed going down. Just love this type of weather. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's perfect. Midsummer fishing, I hate, man. You got your waders on, you're just drenched. I will show you my box that I have tied up so far for this year. Definitely picking up. A lot more people probably getting off work just like me. Another thing you want to do too, if you're not used to it, you want to get a conditioner for your line here. Helps lengthen the life of it, especially if you spent like 130 or 150 bucks on it. You don't want to get back from the last season and find your stuff's all dry rotted. So that or stiff. A little windy, it's starting to take my line. I do a weighted leader, that way I can get deeper with my nymph. Love that. Get to go out to nature. All the snow burning to death. I want to watch also accidentally stepping on your line. Obviously when you go to cast it ain't going to work, and on top of that you don't know if it's on top of a rock, and you could very easily go and clip your line or damage it in some way. Favorite thing about this line is it's multicolored. As soon as you start seeing the yellow, it's basically how you know you got a good bit of line out. Enough line is usually when you're past, but it starts narrowing down into like a nice natural color towards the tip. Thought I got one. Probably did. Got seaweed. Or a whole log even. think it's a whole log. I caught a whole log, guys. Secret is trying to get this bad boy in without losing my fly. Woo, she's a big one. I think this is my biggest catch yet here. Oh, it's a line bender. Oh yeah. Big old Loch Ness monster. Oh yeah. Putting up the best fight I've ever had. It's good practice for when you get that big guy, you know. Gentle enough to pull something heavy, but not enough to snap it. Just like your mother. I don't know if you could see it coming in. I can't really see what you guys are seeing, but... Oh, she's a beauty. Look at that. Oh, yeah. The grossest thing I've ever touched. Yeah, it's still down there, man. What do I catch? Oh, that's what it is. She's gross. Saved my fly. Not sure about the line. Yeah, lost it in. This line's strong. But yeah. Guess it'll give me a chance to show you the fly I'm using. If I can find it in this mess. Jesus. Oh, is that here? Is it here? Maybe I did lose it. Squeeze it. See if I got a hook in there. No. Well, really don't want to go through this, but that was my favorite fly, so. Golly. Some snails in here. I don't know if you can see it. Is this it? Please be it. Did I go through that for nothing? Yes. So, I went through all of that for nothing. So, cool. Well, no worries. Throw it in this little hole here. What I do like to do, I like to take my line with me. I don't throw the line back for a good reason. One of the reasons, you don't want to get your next cast caught into it. And then another good reason after that is the obvious, and if you don't know it, you're a piece of shit. Litter. So you want as little, you know, tracts left behind when you're somewhere like this, because it's sacred, man. I mean, you enjoy this type of stuff, you want to be able to enjoy it with your children and grandchildren in the future. So, but yeah, so I think we're gonna move on. I think we're gonna move downstream to one of my favorite spots where I've laid a good friend to rest. So let's go ahead and move up the road here, and we'll see what else we got. All right. Hey guys, we're at our second location now. Before I get started, I just wanted to show you guys the box that I got and some of the flies that I have in the box. I tie based off the area I live, so by all means, guys, give them a try in your area if you're not used to seeing things like this. Good work. I always say it doesn't matter usually what's in that creek, it's what they're looking for that day. I mean, if it looks fancy and, you know, they're just not normally eating other stuff, try something fancy. I mean, that's your best option. But anyhow, don't let me talk more. Let's take a look at the box. Alright, so this is the box that we got, and as you can see, I got a lot of scuds, nymphs, mostly scuds though, for the most part. I have all kinds of patterns there. I went with dark browns to light browns, light offset yellows. These are like my little bloodworms that I was kind of trying to tie. I just got into that on that first one there, and as you can see, I got a little better. The other ones I do, can't beat woolly buggers. I always do woolly buggers usually. And then a bunch of midges and all kinds of stuff. Little take on like a little nymph of some sort, but we'll flip over, see what other ones we got. The other ones are more of my freestyle ones. I get bored and all time. These are the bigger ones too, so the ones in the middle with the hackle and all that, those are my freestyle ones, especially the ones with the eyes. Those are freestyle. The others, I can say these were bought. Well, except for that one there, but the sulfur there was bought. Those were bought. I went salmon fishing in Sacramento, and I bought these to do that with. These are, I think, stoneflies. Yeah, that's basically what I got. So I'm gonna bore you even more. I'm gonna show you basically how I'm doing my tippets, but you don't have to watch this part. You can skip this if you want. I know this is usually the bane of most people's existence. Definitely mine. So, but I like to kind of jerk the line off a little bit here. Makes it a little bit more malleable, you know. Doesn't have that straight little line anymore. So, warm up the line you got. I start big. I go with my 4X usually, and then I try to work my way down to a 6X. So hold it in your mouth because you don't want to lose that tip. I'll pull out. Usually about 2 to 3 feet. Some people go 4 feet. I don't, because I don't have a lot of stream to work with. So let's do this here. There's a little Orvis nippers that I got. I found them to be real easy to use. There's all kinds of brands out there you can use, but those are the ones I tend to go with. I don't know, I'm so used to the name Orvis. It's been around for over 50 years, so it's like you just stick with something that, you know, I mean, they've been around for a reason. That's how I look at it usually. So, but we want to make, I think it's called a double blood knot. I could be wrong, but I'll do a tutorial on how to tie that down the road if you're into that kind of stuff. Some people aren't, but yeah. So I always give a test pull before I continue. If you tied it right, there shouldn't be, oh, well, so you know you tied it right when it snaps at the place you didn't tie it, because that means, you know, you tied it good enough. But yeah, I got some guy creepily pulling up to us, so who knows what the heck that's about. Maybe the burnt house that's across the stream, but who knows. It's not creepy or anything. Move along, buddy. Move along. So, retie. Like I said before, you want to use that knot because you don't want your knots to slip off. But I did 3D print a tool that some people can use, but it's basically something like this. You run your line up the back there, and then you fold it this way, and then you wrap your line here, and it's basically two baby fingers that makes life simpler. But if you're me, you're impatient and you skip it anyway. So it is tedious, but you do get a perfect blood knot every time. So another double wrap, a little loopy. Try to get the knot far down so you don't lose all that length that you cut off. And then we're good to go again. So, good test. Don't yank it like I did last time or you'll snap her. But you just want to test the strength. You don't want to see any slippage. So you take your bunny ears then, which you probably couldn't see there, but we're going to clip the bunny ears. I leave just 2 little nicks there. And you shouldn't, to be honest. I just tend to. I don't know why. So, but anyhow, we're only on the 4X. That's why I said you should skip forward. Next one we go with 5X. So you got your 5X. Honestly, this stream you could probably go all the way up to 8X due to the clarity of the water and the very little movement that you see. But for the sake of the length of the video, I'm not going to do that for you. So I'm going to go ahead, whoop, accidentally threw a 3rd in. Can't hurt though, you throw a 3rd, might hold better, right? Logic. Good to go. We're on knot number 2. We're going to go ahead and snip again what's left. Little bunny ears, and then we're going to go ahead, test pull. Good to go. And slowly but surely we will get to the, oh yeah, there we go. 6X next. 6X. I'm talking about the tippet size, not your sister's waist. Alright. Finding the ends. Like I said, guys, this is very tedious. I know it's boring. But for those of you that aren't used to this, this is the culture of fly fishing. And I say culture because not everybody does this. Some will use just a leader even. I've seen that. I mean, it's basically the same thing. I mean, if you get a small enough leader, you're good, I guess, but you just want to taper it off to nothing, basically. So, we're good here. Another, oh, that one slipped. That means I forgot a knot. Usually when it slips, that means you didn't twist it twice. So, we'll twist it again. Remember, twice. And then pull. We're going to put it below that first knot because we don't want a big ball of goo everywhere. But notice it didn't go anywhere. Alright, so one more bunny ear, which we're going to snip her right there. Alright, good to go. Got your 5X, your 6X, your 4X. I'm only doing 3. And the only reason why is because I did run out of 7X. So, for the sake of the video, we'll do this. Fly choice that I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to try to catch a monster, I think. And we're going to maybe go with one of my guys here. It's like a little leech I tied. Nothing too fancy. Let me show you real quick. I got a little hackle on the back here. Or actually, it's not hackle, it's hair. I wrapped the hair, and then you got your little zinc bead on the end. But we'll do that. Get a little bit of something different on the end. Alright. Like I was saying before, you want to wrap your end here. Now this is your barrel knot that you want to do, which is one. It's usually 9 wraps, so 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, it came undone. So we're gonna do it the old school way that I do. Which I'll loop it through. Oh, I pulled the tail off. So I ruined it. Back in the box. We'll rewrap when we get back, but for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna go with something simple, guys. Just hit up this little nymph. No, not a nymph. We won't do the nymph. Let's do a scud. Alright. So we got our scud. This is what the scud looks like. Clear backing. I don't know if it can focus. I'll get a better close-up later, but clear backing, wire, and then you got yourself, well, whatever that stuff is called. I can't think of it right now. Basically, it's the stuff that's inside your stuffing. You pull it out. I don't know what I'm talking about. So anyhow, go. Give her a test pull. She good, baby. Alright, so if everything was done right, you should be left with this little fella there. Focus, focus, focus. Focus. It can't focus, but it's fine. But yeah, so that's what we're tying. It's definitely getting darker, so things might get a little harder to see here in a second, but we're doing pretty good. Alright. So, we'll go ahead. Worst part is getting the lure in the water because you got all that extra stuff at the end. So it looks like this when I go over. I'm like holding my stuff, hoping it doesn't get caught on anything. Alright. And if you do it right, you'll pierce your lip because you stepped on your line while it was in your mouth. Just like so. Oh. So, we do know it's a good lip catcher. We're going to move along here. This is where we're fishing. I'm going to hit under the bridge, you know. See if we can get a good spot there. But, yeah, this is it. Good to go. Throw the fly. So the fly's in the water. And now we are good to get it out. Pretty sure I got it caught on something. There's a lot of grasses here, so. Yep. Ooh. So definitely got it caught on the grass, which does happen a lot in this area. But this is where you find the monsters, so and you kind of want to fish here. You don't really... Let's see if I can pull it out. If not, I lost my fly already. Which sucks because you guys both know that that tippet wasn't easy to tie. Try different angles, you know, especially if you don't have your waders. But, so I think I did well. We'll find out. Yeah, we did well. We didn't lose anything, guys. So, definitely doing well. I say if you get your fly back, you're not doing too shabby, you know. Not too shabby. So, but let me move you guys back a little bit. I want you to get a good view of the casting that's required here. Especially with this type of foliage. So in this type of area, you kind of want to do that. That, you know, as you see, it got caught anyway, so. Other cool thing about this area is it's all native trout, if I haven't mentioned it already. So when you do catch one here, it's very gratifying. All right. So, got her back. Good to go. There we go. So there's no trees in the background, which makes it nice and easy for us to cast. That's the worst part about fly fishing, is getting your back cast caught. So Keep in mind, if you think it's going to go in somewhere, re-pull it. You know, pull it back real quick. But for the most part here, you want to let your line get taken by the stream a little bit, especially if there's a bridge obstacle that you're trying to get by. But yeah, get your midge or your nymph or your scud. You want to go ahead and get it down as far as you can in the water. So if you're tying your own flies, guys, you want to make sure you're adding lead weight to it. I use lead wire, which I'll be honest, I use 0.25, which is about a medium size. I use medium because I'm either wrapping the whole thing or I'm only putting a little on it. So, but I usually build my body with the thread. I don't use the lead to build the body. As you can see, that was a terrible mess there. You don't want to cast as messy as that was because that's how you get it caught. But it's the flick of the wrist, basically. You don't want to act like you're throwing it. You just want to go back, look, and then cast. Look, and then flip. Look, flip. Flick of the wrist. Ooh, caught my camera, guys. I hope you guys got that. So, gave you a live action view of what it's like to be a tree catching my fly. Which is pretty cool. Normally you would need a drone for that. So now I get to unwrap my line all from my camera, which usually you can't do in a tree. So it's kind of cool getting this caught live. A little wrap around, a little. Ooh, yeah, I got it real good. A lot of momentum going in this, so I mean, I probably looped this camera probably 10, 30 times. No, I'm just kidding, not 30, but you know what I mean. Over exaggerating. So, yeah. This is normally what it looks like. So I'm reliving last year and probably the year before. There we go. Beautiful. Still there. The other thing you want to look at too before you throw her back in is, you know, just see if it's coming apart. As you can tell, mine kind of is. There's a little thread coming out at the end, but not enough that it's going to fall apart because I use UV glue. But good to go. So we'll go ahead and reel her. We'll get ready to cast it back out. Lob your fly. I sometimes like to challenge myself, and with such a small fly, I like to see if I can make it across the stream, which it's pretty easy for the most part. You just got to watch for the trees on the other side, though. Figures. Definitely caught it in the weeds again, but like I was saying, you know, this area, it's real easy to do because all the grasses are real close. We are good to go, baby. That's a dirty stick. But yeah, so we're gonna move on down. The only reason why is I think you know why. I keep getting it caught in the grass here. So I just want to get you guys some consistency. But we'll move down here. Beautiful view. I see a couple of fish already. But yeah, I don't know if you got that view here, but it's gorgeous. Alright. Pull off the fly. No, you're gonna die. Just kidding. There we go. So last year I got it caught in that foliage that you see where my leader tip is. But we're going to try to cast over it. Alright, so I think we got enough line out to get past. We're going to take it back. And I got it caught. You fucking would. Yeah, so I got it caught where I told you I would get it caught. I'm a predictable man, what can I say? But no worries, guys, you know, it's great practice, that's all that matters. At least to me, you know. I don't come out here to catch fish, technically. I know you guys are probably like, what? Why the fuck am I watching your channel then? And I'll be honest, it's because I just enjoy nature. So, even when I don't catch anything, I'm happy. But as you can see, my fly didn't come with, so I'm going to still try to get it because I really want to go home with all my fly. I saved it, which means I'm Lord of the Flies. So, but I do want to thank you guys for taking this time with me and, you know, watching me fish, which is the whole point of this channel. But yeah, you know, it's just great to do stuff, and you know, maybe somebody wants to watch, and I'm cool with that because there's a lot of people out there that can't do this, and it's either because they live in the city, they're handicapped, or they just don't have the time, which I get. I just spent almost 2 hours doing this, and I'm leaving with nothing. So, but I do hope you guys don't expect me to get something on every trip here, which I will say that is the biggest hurdle for me. It's catching fish every time. But anyhow, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and if you're on YouTube and you're on my page, you know, go ahead and add the back room as well, which is spelled the back room, but with room it's 2 zeros. So hit my channel up there. I also do a lot of stuff with comedy and sketch work and stuff like that, but podcasting is where it's mostly at least for now, but we'll see where else we can go. But anyhow, thank you and take care.